You might be thinking there's something wrong with you because you're never hungry. Now, if that's you, I want to say there's nothing wrong with you. And no matter how stuck you feel around your hunger, there's actually a workaround, because I can teach you in this video how you can eat and feel good even though you're not hungry. Okay? So if you do like this video, I want you just to like that video or leave a review. It really helps out. There's also a video down below in the description where I also talk more about stress eating, so you can check that out as well. So basically, this topic came to my mind when I saw a woman yesterday, and she had done a lot of work just to meal prep and have all of her meals ready. So she's a teacher, so she brought the food to her at school. And then I talked to her like, so how often did you actually eat lunch during the week? And she had said that only like a couple days she had eaten lunch. Now, give this a little bit of context. We're trying to work on her intuition. We're trying to get her in touch with her intuition. Intuition is the key to making all this weight loss stuff make sense. When we forget about weight loss and listen to our intuition, we can understand what our body wants. We build habits easier. And by forgetting about weight loss, paradoxically, we lose weight. It's a weird thing. But she's trying to honor her stomach. And a guideline for her has been that every 3 to 5 hours, she's going to get hungry. She's going to get a bit hungry. And so, knowing that she's going to get a bit hungry in 3 to 5 hours, she's been instructed to listen to her belly, listen to what hunger feels like. And so, halfway through the day, she knows that she's probably hungry, that she's running on empty. But she's not hungry, and she thinks to herself, what is wrong with me? Like, I know I need to be eating right now, but I'm stressed and I don't feel hungry. Like, what is wrong with me? I can't dive into my intuition because I don't feel anything. So this is a nuanced situation. To understand this, we need to just quickly understand stress, and then we just need to quickly talk about how you will eat even though you aren't hungry. First, stress. She didn't understand that stress was something she was experiencing. She thought stress was something like getting in a fight, getting in a yelling match, like fighting with someone, or maybe getting in a car accident. She thought that was stress. What she did not understand was this thing called chronic low-grade stress is a real thing. This is where you always have a to-do list. You always are thinking about what to do next. You always are trying to make the people around you happy because they're putting demands on you. This is where you're always running around. This is where you always have some responsibility. And for someone who's disconnected to their intuition, all this stress, what it does is it makes things even worse. When you get stressed out, if you can imagine back in the day, long ago, back when we were cavemen, stress was a form of, it was related to hunger or death. So death would be like a tiger attacking you. So if you can imagine a tiger attacking you, you get stressed. What happens evolutionarily is that all the blood in your stomach, it goes to your hands and arms to give you extra strength. And then you can run away from that tiger or fight it off. This is what happens when moms see their child being crushed by a car. Have you heard those stories where like a child is pinned under a car? A mom feels all this adrenaline, lifts up the car with superhuman strength, and then the child gets out, and then the mom lets down the car, and then like later on she goes to the hospital because her shins were broken. When that adrenaline and stress went through her system, all the blood from her stomach went into her arms and legs, so she gained extra strength to lift up that car. And then after she was out of stress, then the blood can go back into her stomach. So because the woman I was talking to didn't experience any sort of life-threatening tiger attacks or her child being pinned underneath a car, she thought she didn't experience much stress. But when we got to talking about the idea of low-grade stress, chronic low-grade stress, she was like, holy crap, that's been my life for 20 years. I'm used to it. It's like I'm swimming in it that I don't even see it. And chronic low-grade stress, while obviously not as extreme as the saber-toothed tiger attack or the child being pinned underneath the car, it has basically the same effects on your body. That's why this day and age, our society is so stressful. It's so, the stress is never ending. A deadline to us feels like a saber-toothed tiger attack. I don't know about you, but I remember times when I would procrastinate in school and I'd have a big homework assignment the next day, and it felt like there was a gun to my head. It literally felt like I'd stay up all night. It was panic. I mean, the sensations in my body were like I was being attacked by a saber-toothed tiger. And we have that nearly every single day. So if that's you, guess what? All the blood is out of your stomach. If that's you, you don't have hunger. There's nothing wrong with you. That's your biology. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with you if you're never hungry. It means you're under stress. Probably. There's other circumstances too, but probably 99% of the time you're just under a lot of stress. Chronic low-grade stress that you might not even recognize as stress. But when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm under a lot of stress. When you get stressed out, you don't eat. Now, the key, the nuance, is finding out how you can eat even though you aren't hungry. So, this is the middle ground, right? So in Weight Loss Enlightenment, this is a weight loss inspired Buddhist theme. So we want to find the middle ground, right? So to understand the middle ground, let's look at the two extremes first. The two extremes being, we have eating, forcing yourself to eat when you're not hungry, right? We don't want to do that. That's one extreme. The other extreme is not eating when you're hungry. So that's what maybe you're doing right now. You're thinking, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. I'm not eating, even though it's halfway through the day, I haven't eaten. I know I'm low energy. I know I must be hungry, but I'm not hungry. What's wrong with me? That's one extreme. The other extreme, which you might flip to, is where you say to yourself, okay, I'm not hungry. I'm going to force myself to eat. Now, automatically we know, if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, I have debunked willpower again and again and again. So when you force yourself to do something, it's a short-term solution. You can force yourself to have one meal, but the next day, you're not going to have that meal. So it's not a long-term solution. Forcing just doesn't work. That's why diets don't work. Now, the middle ground is what most people are not aware of, okay? And this involves listening to your feelings, tuning into your body, basically doing this yoga enlightenment practice on yourself. And what you will discover if you open your eyes, if you enlighten your eyes to a new perception, is that you can eat without forcing even when you're not hungry. If you select the foods that you like. When I got my dental surgery, I have I'll go up really close to the camera so you can see if you're listening to the podcast. I'm really close. I have receding gums. So these gums right here used to be down there. They had to take some gums from the top of my mouth and put them on my lower teeth. So I had gum surgery at a really young age. And it was really painful. They cut off some gums and put it from the top of my mouth and put it on my bottom teeth. And for like 3 or 4 days afterwards, I didn't want to eat. My mouth was like, I don't want to eat. But by basically holding foods up to my mouth that I liked, that I enjoyed, I would eat them or slurp them. So the key is to find foods and snacks that you genuinely like. You cannot think about this. You have to feel it. But if you feel it, let's say you love PB&Js, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So whenever you eat a PB&J, you feel like warm inside. You feel like, this is a good thing for me. It doesn't have to be PB&J. It could be anything. There's different snacks for every person. If you are stressed and you hold up and you're hungry, you're biologically hungry, but you aren't feeling it. If you hold up one of these snacks that you like, you will eat it. It will feel good to you. You will eat it, even if you're not hungry. This is how you kind of can get that middle ground. So let's say for this woman, her assignment this week, she's working with me. If you do want to just schedule a quick call and get a golden nugget, what I do is these 15-minute calls you can schedule down below. It's just a quick 15-minute chat, give you a golden nugget, give you an opportunity to do another longer free session with me. That's down below. It's just weightlossenlightenment.com/15 minutes. And 15 min, I mean. weightlossenlightenment.com/15 min. And, you know, if you call, we can go through some ways and some snacks that feel good to you. You might need to brainstorm a list. Some people have said the PB&J was one. Another one was cheese sticks. You know those, you open up the cheese stick and you like peel the cheese. It's like mozzarella cheese stick. You know, some people really like those, so they're not hungry, but they found out that they'll eat them. They'll eat them, even though they're not hungry. That's the key. You got to figure out these snacks and meals and foods that can stimulate your appetite. Because once you start eating, you can generally kind of build some momentum up and actually get a good, sustainable meal in you. Because what happens on the flip side is that you're stressed all day and you binge eat at night. So we have to break that cycle. So that's it for today's video. Have a great day. Peace.